How did you and Gray meet?
I see your subs went down. Why do you think?
I am absolutely shocked. I did expect missing a flight like 3 or 4 times already with this lady.
The first few months of the relationship, of course, has not been very easy. I always cared about what other people said about me. Being judged that way always made me cry. I didn't think an accent would appear so much to people.
There have been millions of questions that I've been receiving over the past few months on Instagram, in the comments, per email, per Telegram messenger, pigeon messenger, like hundreds of like this. You can't imagine how many questions that I've been getting over the past few months, and now it is finally time to answer many of those questions in this Q&A
That we've been avoiding.
Time to answer questions we have been avoiding. A few days ago I put out an Instagram story asking you guys to send me your questions. If you don't follow me on Instagram, it's Making It Happen Vlog. Follow me right now. And today I'm going to answer those questions. There are some really interesting questions, some very juicy questions, some questions I still feel a little bit uncomfortable answering, but we will answer them all today. It is happening. All right, we're going to start off with an easy question. How are you, Mike? I'm doing incredibly well. How are you?
I am very happy and very content with life.
Yeah, we are both very happy, very motivated, very excited for the year to come, and we both have been focusing a lot on health lately. Besides, we have both taken an abstinence from alcohol completely. We had one Sunmig Light at the Dinnergern festival.
Yeah.
But other than that, we're taking a complete break of alcohol. It's something that I usually do every year, dry January, but now this time we're actually doing it for 3 months. So we're both staying healthy. We're going to the gym again, which is really nice. All my muscles are hurting right now, but it just feels good to be in those positive habits, positive routines, and yeah. So we are both very happy. We're both feeling very good and very motivated.
And content.
Which leads into the next question. How is your new relationship doing? I think that's the reason why we're so happy. The new relationship is going really well. I think we've worked out the kinks in the relationship, like the few things that everybody has at the beginning of a relationship that are a little bit tough. We learn to merge 2 lives into 1 life.
Yeah, I want to know how it is for you. You have to answer. Yeah, that's a question for you.
It's really nice. I'm very happy in this relationship, and I hope you're happy.
I hope you're I am very happy.
I think we both found ourselves at the right time in our lives. No?
No, yes we have. It's giving me killing moments.
Killing moments.
Yeah.
We both were searching for somebody special, and we both found somebody special.
Aww. We say things like this to each other, but it still gives me killing every time you show it or you say it in my face.
Then the next question was like completely different topic. Tips for traveling solo for the first time. Number 1 tip I can give anybody traveling solo for the very first time is don't be shy. Go meet people, chat with people.
I see your subs went down. Why do you think?
I am absolutely shocked and in awe at the numbers of subscribers that I have lost. Now you will maybe think that I'm saying I lost a lot of subscribers, but I'm actually shocked because I thought that after the breakup there would be a Team Nelly and a Team Mike, and that would be it. And I was expecting losing like 200,000 subscribers, and I was ready to say goodbye to 200,000 subscribers. I said, look, even if 200,000 people go, it's still 400,000 subscribers, and it's just normal. And I was very, I was anticipating a loss in numbers, but in actual fact, over the entirety, it was maybe 1,000 or 2,000. So
4,000.
Is it 4,000?
Yes.
Oh well, 4,000 then. It's, in my opinion, it's a very insignificant number. I'm sure there were a lot of more people that have unsubscribed, but at the same time, I've gained a lot of new subscribers. So I'm sure it's around 20,000 that have left, but there's like 15,000 new people that have come and subscribed, so it kind of balances itself out. So there's
Can you
been
give a shout out to this?
yeah, shout out to the new subscribers. Thank you for hitting that subscribe button. And of course, everybody that's still subscribed and comes to watch the videos every single day, thank you so much. It really does mean a lot to me. I do see the people that are always in the comments every day, and I try and engage with you as much as possible, and it puts a smile on my face every time I see those comments pop up again. So if you're a comment squad, then give this video a thumbs up and obviously comment. Next question is travel related again. How many times have you missed a flight?
I want to know that too.
So I have never missed a flight where it was my fault for missing the flight. I've never missed a flight for being too late at the airport or for being stuck in traffic or something like that. I've always only missed connecting flights. So the first flight was delayed and I missed the connection. That has happened, I think, around 5 or 6 times in the past. But I've never missed a flight where it was me being responsible to going to the airport, although I did expect missing a flight like 3 or 4 times already with this lady, because I'm like, we gotta be at the airport like 2 hours ahead of time. She's like, no, it's enough if we get there like 20 minutes before.
Like, chill, it's okay, chill. We're in the Philippines. Filipino time exists here.
So yeah, the time that we're spending at the airport is getting less and less, and I think in the last 2 or 3 flights we would go to the airport and go to the gate and board, like in one like so
you were frantic and stressed about when we were flying from Iloilo back to Manila.
I was convinced that we're missing the flight. I was like, yep.
But I don't mind staying in Iloilo. I'll be happy to stay in Iloilo.
Tips for a weekend getaway out of Manila. La Union. I love La Union. It's drivable. You can go there by bus or you can go there by car. It's really convenient to get there. It's inexpensive, and you have everything. You have surf, you have beach, you have a few cool restaurants, coffee shops. It's a really cool vibe. That being said, Philippines is very easy to travel. You can literally get anywhere in 1 to 2 hours. So it'll take you 2 or 3 hours to drive to La Union, and it'll take you 2 or 3 hours to fly to Siargao. So I wouldn't plan your weekend getaway by, is it close? Because everything in the Philippines is close. Everything is accessible. You can fly to Palawan. You can fly to, there's so many places. Boracay. There's so much you can do with just a very, very short flight. And as we just shown you don't have to be at the airport too early. Don't blame me when you miss a flight. Biggest regret. I thought about this question a lot because I read this question a few days ago and it was really hard for me to find an answer. And then finally it popped into my head. It came to me. My biggest regret was that I didn't stop worrying about what other people think earlier. So in my 20s, I spent a lot of time worrying and thinking about what other people thought about me. And in my 30s, I just completely stopped caring. I don't care what other people think about me. I care what my family thinks about me. I care about what my love thinks about me. And I care about what a handful of close friends think about me. But everybody else, I couldn't give a rat's ass. I really don't care. So yeah, my biggest regret is that I didn't have that mindset earlier. Where did you have your most memorable meal? Honestly, that is a question it's very hard to answer.
Is it?
The most memorable meal is because there's so many great meals. The first Sinigang my love cooked for me. Yeah, there's so many places that I've visited on planet Earth, so many places I've traveled to. I think some very memorable meals I had when I first started traveling to Asia, when I traveled to China for work, because that was my first contact with different cuisine than what I grew up eating. I don't know, what was your most memorable meal?
It's easy to answer for me. Lasagna. That you made for me.
No, I'll change my answer. I'll change my answer.
No, you can't. You can't change your answer.
And also, what is your biggest regret?
I don't have any.
No regrets?
I don't have any. I always make it to a point that I think of every aspect of my decision before I go and make a decision. And so I'm like Doctor Strange. I saw all 14,000 possibilities.
What is the next business investment after Moors? So Moors is a huge project that I'm very excited about. Our first location opened up in Robinson's Magnolia, and the next 2 locations are very close to follow this year. By March, we're going to be opening up 2 more locations, probably. The goal is March, and that's going to be Tagaytay and in Makati. So that's taking up a lot of my resources, especially in time. And I think my next business investment would probably be another Airbnb, because I realized that I really enjoy doing it. I think Philippines is a country that has a lot of potential when it comes to Airbnbs. Yeah, and real estate especially. So yeah, probably Airbnb. And it's so much fun decorating a place and furnishing it and, you know, finding the places. I really enjoy it. Will there be a Moz branch in BGC? Right now, it's not planned. We don't have any plans to open up a shop in BGC. I really would love to open up a shop in BGC because I live in BGC. But we'll have to look at the market a little bit, do a little bit of more research. But for now, those 2 locations that I mentioned before are next to open, and then we'll take it from there.
When is the Moz Tagaytay opening?
Hopefully by March, it'll be open, or within March, latest April, I'm guessing. What is the one item you recommend most from Moz? Well, I am a coffee purist, so the flat white for me is just life-changing from Moz. I really like the dirty malt latte, and we just released a brand spanking new product it's the tiramisu. It's the coffee tiramisu drink. It's so good. It's so good. You have to go to Moz and give it a try right now, because it is absolutely phenomenal. I didn't create it. Chef Gabriel created it. It is so good. You have to try it.
My favorite, I know you didn't ask me, but I'll tell people my favorite anyway. It's the Moz coffee. It's because...
Which one?
The Moz coffee. Sorry, the Moz latte.
The Moz latte,
Moz
the malt latte.
Yes, because the process of how we thought that it will be the Moz latte, it will be the signature latte, was very memorable for me.
True.
How you discovered that if you add the secret ingredient to your usual latte, that it would taste like that. And to this day, I just love the Moz.
All right, now we're getting into the juicy questions that everybody is excited about. The most asked questions on the internet at the moment, I feel like. It's the relationship questions and it's the girlfriend questions that I've been getting. So let's go to the very first question that I've been asked this so many times. How did you and Gray meet?
You answer it. Answer it.
So Gray and I actually met online. We started talking to each other online. This was, I think, a few weeks after Nelly and I broke up. We started chatting online, and we didn't actually meet for a very long time. We were just like, I guess, online friends. We were chatting on WhatsApp a lot. We were chatting a lot about shared interests and hobbies and that kind of stuff. And then I went on that long road trip on the motorcycle to Siargao, and during this whole road trip I was chatting with Gray. And when I was in Legazpi City, I finally had the courage to ask her to come and join me on the trip. So she came out to Legazpi, and that's where we met the first time face to face.
To be fair, you asked everyone to join you on that road trip. But during that time, you actually posted an Instagram story asking who wants to join you on a road trip to Siargao.
Oh really? I can't even remember that anymore.
I remember that. So to me, it was kind of maybe it just needs, a companion or a friend to go with on the road trips, and I didn't think much of it. And I actually had no idea that I had no idea that he's a public figure, or public figure, is that an appropriate term? Or that he vlogs, or that he has a fan base. I had no idea until the day that we met.
After us chatting for so long, it was kind of awkward. I was like, hey, before you come out, there's this one thing that I need to tell you.
That you have to know. I said, there's something you have to know, as it might affect you as well during the trip.
Yeah. And also,
I said, are you married? Do you have kids? Is that? I said, as long as it's not that, then it's okay.
Yeah, and at that time, the breakup also wasn't public yet. Nelly and I had been broken up already for more than a month, I think. And it's way more than a month. It's almost 2 months. Time flies. It was after the breakup, but we hadn't published the breakup publicly yet. So it was all like very awkward, but Gray joined me on the trip from Legazpi City onwards, and I guess that's where we fell in love. On a motorcycle. When is your month's bursary?
Sorry.
21st. Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
21st.
21st. Well, it depends. It depends, like when we first met or when we started dating.
Yeah.
Because there's a difference between when we first met and when we first dated. We first met, but only like later we started dating. So, yeah.
It took we first were talking on the phone, and then we met, and then even after we met, even after Siargao, we weren't exclusive. We were seeing each other, we were dating, but it took a few more months before we decided we want to be exclusive. And we both knew how complicated the relationship could be, especially with the fact that Mike was in a long-term relationship, and people know him, everyone knows Nelly as well, of course. So we were both still taking a step back. We just had 1 foot in the water. One foot.
In the water.
I'm sorry. we both had 1 foot in the water. But when we decided to go exclusive, we both knew that it was not gonna be easy. And the first few months of the relationship, of course, has not been very easy. Some people didn't think about how it was for me, what my thought process was before I entered a relationship with someone who's been with someone else long term. People just thought about, because I came into the picture, that there was a third party, that I ruined a 14-year relationship. But I feel like nobody thought of how it would be for me going with someone who has been with someone else for a very long time. And there were several times that I would literally just cry in the shower, because I'm not used to people saying those kind of words to me. I've always been a people pleaser, and I think that relates to what you were saying, caring about what other people say about you. And I always cared about what other people said about me. And being judged that way always made me cry before going to bed, while I was in the shower. At times I would get in tears with you. I'd tell you, I read a comment and this is what that comment says. I would even ask you, did I ruin your relationship? Was I the reason? But what people don't know or don't realize is that the relationship was long over. And I feel like people have been so unfair to me in that way. Okay, I'll read the next one for you.
Okay.
What is your favorite thing about Gray?
She is so loving and caring. She always says her love language are acts of service. And I said it before in the vlog, I've never felt this loved, and I've never felt this taken care of and protected emotionally. And she just makes me so happy every day.
You make me happy every day.
What do you and Gray have in common? So many things. So when we were messaging each other on WhatsApp, before we had even met, we were quite astounded by how many shared interests that we have, like car detailing videos. I mean, how random is that? We both love to watch car detailing videos before falling asleep, which was quite crazy. Our love for Sinigan and all things sour, cooking, especially cooking and trying new foods. Cleaning. Not so much. She likes to clean more than I do.
You don't like to clean?
I like to clean, and then she likes to clean the thing that I have already cleaned.
Because I feel like nothing is clean unless I cleaned it.
Yeah, and I think with every day we find new shared interests and hobbies and things
True.
that we enjoy. We have very similar taste in things, like if we want to travel somewhere and accommodations that we're booking, we both seem to gravitate towards the same things. And yeah, Rubik's cubes. I think another fun thing is we've both taken on each other's hobbies. So like Gray always was into like Rubik's cubes, so I started solving Rubik's cubes as well. And yeah, we just start like
I like reading, so you started
getting
getting back to reading,
back to reading,
journaling.
Yeah. Next question is, where is Gray from? Where are you from?
I am from Laguna.
Ah, interesting.
Born and raised in Laguna, but when I was 15, I think I moved to Manila to study for university, and yeah, I have been in Manila since.
Okay. That leads into the next question. What's with the accent? You guys won't believe how many questions and comments because of her accent.
I didn't think an accent would appear so much to people. Like in these times that we're living in, how is accent still an issue? But I have worked in customer service for a long time. As you can probably tell with how I modulate my voice, how I speak, how I converse to other people, and being in customer service for years, or if you have called customer service or maybe have been part of customer service, most complaints that you would get from the callers would be, I talked to someone but I couldn't understand them. And I'm sure some people had that experience, that you can't understand who you're speaking with on the other line. And I just didn't like how I want to make it easier for customers or for people I'm talking to. So I kind of adapted to their accent. I used to work in an American-based company. In the beginning, tried to copy or mock or adapt to an American accent just so that they could understand me better. And then I had an Australian company that I worked the last with. So I also adapted a little bit of an Australian accent. So some people would comment why I kind of have an Australian accent. And then I met Mike, who was kind of British. So so that's why people would say that, like, there's so much, it sounds so much of different accents, and that's because of that. When you talk to 60 different people every day for years, it's just hard to not adapt to their accent. But of course I don't speak like this to everybody. I speak differently with my friends, I speak differently with a taxi driver, speak differently with a Filipino person. My accent would change based on who I'm speaking to.
But it's not an intentional thing, right?
It's not an intentional
It just
thing.
happens. Yeah.
It's just really my I think it's my intuition of adapting to
And
how they speak.
My accent has changed over the years as well, because it used to be more like South African. Then I lived in the US a little bit and I took on a US accent. Now I'm in the Philippines and I've taken on a little bit of a Filipino accent as well, with the pronunciation of certain words. Yeah, so it's just something you pick up while living, while existing.
So, like, for example, if I say,
sorry, that was serious.
if I ask Mike, can I have some water? He's not easily gonna understand.
What is it?
He's like water. He's gonna be like that. So that's why I started saying things like water, of course, like just to make him understand what I'm saying easier. So I think
Or like Filipinos say Thailand instead of Thailand.
Yeah, that I was corrected.
Simulator.
What did I say? Simulator.
It's simulators, right?
Yeah, simulator. And over the past few months that we've been together, I think we have developed a language that we both understand.
Yeah.
What does Gray do for a living? So as I said, I worked in customer service for a few years. After that, I actually had an opportunity last April to fly with Qatar Airways as a flight attendant. Plans have changed, and now I am helping Mike with all the admin tasks, emails, and uploading, not on YouTube, on Facebook. So if Mike's page replies to you on Facebook, that's me.
True. Yeah, so there are so many tasks that I have that are just, with the size of the channel and all the other channels and more and everything going on, I desperately needed help. I actually have an assistant, Jay, that helps me out with a ton of stuff. And yeah, so we're a little happy family, and sometimes team members.
Happy family, come.
Sometimes team members join the family. Sometimes.
And what do you do for a living, Peanut?
She does nothing. She is she's a emotional support cat.
What do you do for a living? Tell people what you do for a living, baby. I think that's it. We've gone through all the comments. Say
all
bye-bye.
right.
Bye-bye.
If there are any more questions that you have, let me know in the comments down below. Maybe we'll do a follow-up to this. And with that being said, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Same time, same place. Remember to stay awesome.
Be positive.
And make it happen. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
You're so pretty.